I like to think of soil health as, obviously having all the right components in the soil. These are the nutrients, the moisture, the organic matter, the biological systems, all those things that you think of when you think of soil health. But I think we get a bit locked in thinking of soil health as a static thing. It's like a point, a goal that we've got to get to. But I see it more like our human health. It's very dependent on a lot of variables, like how old are you, what's your ethnicity, what's your genetics, many, many other things. And so soil health is not a thing specifically, just a bit like human health. There's measures of it, but it's a journey. We're continually trying to maintain and improve our soil health.
As part of our Australian government-funded Soil Extension program, NRM South delivered a tailored workshop for our southern viticulture community in the spring of 2024. This workshop identified key soil challenges, provided helpful insights and explored effective strategies for soil management, with a focus on managing low-carbon soils and avoiding soil compaction. The workshop included a highly valuable interactive component through a hands-on physical soil assessment over 2 different vineyard properties, Strelley Farm Estate and Pressing Matters.
So Tasmania soils are really diverse and unique, which is a really great thing, but it can also be a bit challenging when you're trying to manage production and so many variables. And soils can also be quite hard to understand. So a part of the soil extension program has been to understand those different soil types and what they mean for management in different industries across the state.
And a healthy soil is like you, it's a living, feeding thing. And when we grow things on the soil and produce food, we're also feeding that group of workers in the soil for us, all the fungi, all the microorganisms that are providing nutrition up through the mineral soil and into the organic system. And they're fed by plants, because plants are photosynthesizing, they're making sugar. And they put a good percentage of that sugar in the bank, this soil bank, to feed their friends. And their friends help feed them. And that's why I think soil health, you want to look at your journey, so measure how you're going through various measures, but it's a progression, it's a journey. Everyone should be striving for the optimum soil health, and head towards that.
There has been quite a lot of change, particularly over the last 20 years. There's been a lot of change in practice. Farmers are pretty clever. They're trying to find that something that's going to give them an extra, 1 or 2% gain in production, but they know they need to look after the land, hand it on to the next generation in as good or better condition. So there's a balancing act about trying to, improve production, but also as landholders to also manage the land accordingly so they can pass it on to the next generation.
We need to make sure we're feeding all of those touch points, the mineral nutrition, the organic nutrition, the biological living nutrition, and of course the air spaces. Soil is a breathing thing. It needs to exchange gases with the atmosphere, and also water. Water drives all this. Plants are water splitting systems. That's why we've got oxygen in the atmosphere, because plants split water, they keep the hydrogen turned into sugar, and they put the oxygen into the atmosphere as a byproduct.
I have seen a lot of changes over the years, and it is becoming, a bit harder to make a dollar, but I think that they all know that they need to, there's that balancing act about, looking after the land, but also make a living from it.
Our farmers have always managed a changing environment and a variable production environment, and I guess with climate change, that's changing things even more, and so it's part of our role to consider all of those things and the role that soil has to play in building resilience in a farm business.